the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? Well, we absolutely adore this lady. You can get your tickets. Get your tickets early, actually. Ursula Carlson's brand new show, Just Jokes, guaranteed to sell out, but you need to get in very, very quickly. And she joins us in the studio right now, Ursula Carlson!
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Is there something nice about being able to say, hey guys, sure, get your tickets, but we're pretty much sold out?
I know. Like, I don't need you, but it'd be nice to see you.
I love this. What I love about you, Ursula. You go regional. You go to some pretty... And you're currently in South Australia. Are you going out to a place called Whyalla? Do you understand what Whyalla's like, Ursula?
No, I don't, but I'm also not too concerned because I'm a bogan, so I know you can fit a bogan into any situation. If King Charles was here, I could chat to him.
Yep,
You know, I can fancy it up a bit. You know, I can drip a knee for him.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, how's it going? I can make it nice. But the same, like in a wild situation, like if I go to Whyalla, I think it's better not to know. I've never Googled the place. People are trying to tell me bad stuff. I'm like,
No,
don't come
it's
at
great.
me.
Although-
with your news about Whyalla, I want to go in and then, because I want to rely on my adrenaline.
My first gig in radio was in Port Augusta. That's about an hour down the road from Whyalla.
Yeah.
So we used to go to Whyalla a fair bit, and my very, very fond memories of a client event in Whyalla where the boss, his way of saying goodbye as we got in the minibus to head back to Port Augusta was just to pull his arse cheeks apart and stick them on the window at the back of the bus. That was the way, that was sort of the send-off all the clients.
And where is she now?
Got a promotion, you wouldn't believe it.
No, I would.
It was a great moment.
Can we also say you're going regional, but also I want to talk about Hollywood with you, Ursula Carlson, because there's rumours going around that you've got some new TV and movie projects. Can you give us any more updates on that?
Yeah, I'll tell you everything you want to know, even stuff they asked me not to talk about. So I've got an animated movie that comes out August in the UK. It's called Aussie Voices of the Forest. And then November in the rest of the English-speaking world, like Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, America, Canada. And I'm a rhino in that. I play a little rhino in that.
Awesome.
I mean, massively typecast, but never mind. And then in early next year, there's a movie that comes out called Kind of Pregnant that I just shot in New York for 2 months with Amy Schumer, Gillian Bell, Will Ford, Alex Moffat, all these amazing actors and people from Saturday Night Live, and it's very funny.
Oh,
So I'm looking forward
congratulations.
to that coming out.
That's really exciting.
How have you found going over to talk about future projects? And do you have to audition, Ursula? Did you audition for the movie?
I did, but it was kind of a real mild audition. Like I got a Instagram message, because I don't have an agent or anything in America.
Yeah.
I just got an Instagram message from Amy Schumer going, hey, she's seen my stuff, she's watched my special on Netflix and on YouTube, and she's like, I think I've got a role you'll be great for. And honestly, I read the part and it's like, it felt like it was written for me. It's just this wild card who comes in, says wild shit, and then walks out again. I don't even need to stick with a script. Like, I'm not part of the story arc at all. I'm just the wild one that comes in, says wild shit, and leaves. And I'm like, this is amazing. It's like I was born for this role, you know. And then she goes, do you want to read for it? And then she actually came and read with me on Zoom, and I had it. And then, like 3 weeks after I got that Instagram message, I was in New York filming.
Oh my God, how good is that?
Ursula Carlson,
all happening.
Your career is going from strength to strength. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Ursula, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Interesting one here, guys, and I've been guilty of this. In fact, I almost encourage it sometimes. Having a bit of a kip in the office can be a great way to rebuild your energy, recharge the batteries, as you might say, Fitz. And there's nothing wrong with doing a tight 15 at your desk.
Really?
There is.
Nothing wrong with it.
There is, because you're then prone to pranks and there's a lot of stuff that goes on around you. You don't know what we rest on your head sometimes when you're fast asleep.
That's what concerns
Makes
me.
him sleep quite soundly.
Yeah, you can never ever kind of work out what's going on until you wake up and someone shows you a photo, obviously, of what happens when you've been fast asleep.
It's
That's
so
the
funny.
concern.
You shouldn't do that.
It's so
No,
funny.
you shouldn't do that. What's happened to a guy by the name of Aaron Pittsmythe? He's fallen asleep at work. Well, it's very funny. He works for a company called EcoSmart. He's 30 employees that he works with. They've all gathered around. They've set the camera up in front of him.
Yeah.
And they've all gathered around. But they didn't just stand behind him while he's there in the chair. They actually did funny face. You know, they go, oh, let's get a wacky one now. Let's do a funny one.
Photos.
Yeah, funny one. So they did the straight one, then they went for the funny one, and then they went, what if we timed it so we all go boo and wake him up and we get his reaction when he wakes up.
That's funny.
So you've got 3 stages. He'll freak out. So here we go. The countdown, guys. Countdown. The timer's on. Here we go. Everybody in. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Ah! Aaron, wake up.
Oh, no.
Aaron's died.
In that moment or before?
No, before.
Oh, all the other photos, he was dead.
That is a good power nap.
He's dead in the chair.
Dead tired.
Dead tired. So tired, Katie didn't want to wake up ever again.
He had been there for 3 days, though, and no one had really noticed.
So it was sort of mid-morning, and they thought it was strange for Aaron to knock off mid-morning. He's there, he's sort of just in his chair.
Let's go again.
Yeah, I don't think you heard us. 2, 1. Boom! No, it's still out. Guys, why don't we just check the pulse on... And, even beforehand, people are doing, I'll wait till he sees these photos. He's going to die.
It's interesting because I've had to check the pulses on a few employees here at Nova before just to see if they were still alive.
Yeah.
Personality pulse.
And you thought their job was dead a long time ago.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Do you mind if I bring up the subject of fish and chips?
Fish and chips, yeah, fish and chips. Make me want to lick my lips.
I like the tongue at the end. It paints a really good picture.
They are. Was that your tongue or their tongue?
No, it wasn't. That was a novelty tongue.
I thought that was you doing that. You have a novelty tongue.
I do not have a novelty.
I love the saltiness. Yeah. That's
my God. Do you
Isn't it
guys vinegar at all?
Vinegar. Yep.
Absolutely no chance.
I love vinegar.
Does
Lots of
not
vinegar.
belong anywhere near a chip. It's
Vinegar.
a UK thing. It's not an Australian thing.
It is Australian thing. So much vinegar that they're soggy and they stick to the paper.
Yeah, and you can pick them up and almost squeeze them together as you stick them. You can do a bit of vinegar on your fish as well if you've got a battered fish.
Oh, what an absolute joke.
Ryan?
Okay, so fish and chips. I mean, do you know what? You don't know. It's a bit of a lottery, fish and chip shops, isn't it? Because some of them are unbelievable. I think the crunchier the better. Some of them are just shocking, and this just blows my mind. Every day I seem to pick up the paper or read a headline that that you're allowed to drink. You're allowed to drink more red wine. You're allowed to have more dark chocolate. And now they're telling me that there's not much shark in flake when you order it from fish and chip shops.
Flake is shark.
Well, this is what I thought as well.
Not much shark. What else is it made of?
The ever-present flake from fish and chip shops is actually endangered shark 10% of the time. The Macquarie University study published this month found high levels of mislabelling of shark product. I don't even know what type of shark we're eating. Does anyone know what shark we're eating?
There'd be many different types of sharks.
It's only supposed to be gummy shark.
Right. Some species are different also, Fitz. When I say that, like it's legal to catch and sell hammerhead in Queensland.
Is it?
But you can't do it in Victoria and New South Wales.
Well, this is the thing. They're finding some hammerhead shark and school shark in the flakes that we're eating from our fish and chip shops, and that they are endangered in certain parts.
Do you know,
so we're eating endangered sharks when we're getting our 2 pieces of flake and chips.
Fish is the tricky one because when you go to the fishmonger, they say you're meant to ask 3 questions. You're meant to say, what is it? You're meant to say,
where's it from?
Where's it from and how was it caught? And the idea of that is to encourage the fishmonger to actually know what he's serving. Because I wonder if I bought ling the other day. Anybody know what a ling fish looks like?
Oh, Cameron Ling.
No,
he
not
used
Cameron
to play
Ling.
for Geelong.
No, don't worry about Lingy.
They sell a lot of ling because it's a lot cheaper than flathead.
Yes, it is. And if you're eating ling tonight or you've got some in the freezer you're going to thaw out, don't Google what a ling fish looks like.
Oh, why?
It's like an ugly fat eel.
Is it?
Doesn't even look like a normal fish.
Yeah, but they need loving
Look
too,
at them
don't they?
bling. Oh, my
Do you know,
God.
majority of fish and chip shops, they don't know where the fish are coming from.
No, you're
What?
standing at the counter. The queue is piling up
Yeah, I
behind you, and the
know.
guy serving you, he's like, his old mate with his 3 questions. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Well, you're
When
meant to do it.
Well, our local fish and chip shop growing up was across the road from the local hotel. And the fish and chip shop owner, Kate, he loved a punt. He loved the horses. So you would go over there, you would order your fish and chips, you'd give him your cash,
Yep.
and then you would follow him out of the fish and chip shop over to the hotel, and he'd put the money that you just gave him on a horse at Randwick. Then he'd come back into the shop and he would watch the race on a television in his fish and chip shop.
And if you won, you got your fish and chips for free.
Can you not get any more Australian than
But
that?
a good fish and chip shop should be able to do a couple of dimmies as well. Should be able to do a hamburger with a lot. You know, they're multitasking in there. They're not just fish.
Oh, well, it depends.
You know?
I think sometimes you can try and spread yourself too thin, can't you? Don't you just want a seafood, a seafood stick?
Seafood stick.
Yeah,
I love a seafood stick. My daughter,
bit of
I don't
tartare.
even know what a seafood
Don't
stick
ask.
is, but I want to eat it now.
10 samples of seafood stick and there's no seafood in there at all.
That doesn't matter. Kate Ritchie's happy.
It's seafood and eat it. That's what they are.
Oh, bloody, I'll take that any day of the week.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I really need to ask people to get involved in this.
What have you got?
This chit chat this morning. It's about ghosts.
Oh, Jess, scary music, please.
Oh, come on, Kate.
Because
really?
I believe in them.
just kind of get on board here with me. Ghosts are on the decline. So, but people are seeing less of them.
Is it a lack of belief?
Well, I don't know.
Or is it a
it
ghost
cost,
party?
Or is it cost of living?
Cost of living. Do you know what? It might be ghost
It might be
holiday.
they're just ghosts are having less children.
Is it ghost
It's-
holidays at the moment? Where do they go? Somewhere else?
Where would ghosts go on a
Well,
holiday?
they can't. Well, first home buyers for ghosts can't get anything near the city.
You won't. You
They
go
can't.
way out.
They're just being pushed out of the big cities.
Yeah.
That's why we're not seeing them.
They're in
No,
Dubbo.
this story is out of the UK, where I think ghosts frequent the UK. I'm making this up. They frequent the UK more than they do Australia.
Well, because it's the gateway to Europe. You know what I mean? You can jump on a flight and go anywhere.
Oh, mate. If you get onto What If, you can find some great bargains all over the world.
Beg your pardon?
Nothing. It's Aussie for travel.
What were you
Kate,
actually talking about?
can I tell you what happened the other morning?
No,
Without a word
do
of a
you
lie.
really have
Without
to?
a word of a lie. I got up and I'd had my shower and I was standing there getting dressed in my room. I heard little feet running around. And I always think, okay.
You've got 3 kids, mate.
I know. And I thought it's probably Ted. So Ted, what he'll do is he'll get up and he'll go downstairs and he'll start watching TV quite often very early.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down the stairs and I'm going, Ted, it's too early to get up. Go back to sleep. I get down there. Ted's not there. So I think, all right. So he's realised that I'm going to get up. He's thinking he's doing the wrong thing and he's gone back to bed. So then I come back up the stairs to make sure that he's in bed. Ted's fast asleep. I check Jack. He's fast asleep. I wander into Francesca's room. Fast asleep. There were some little footsteps running around without question.
What about Lisa? What was Lisa doing?
Heavy
with that?
footsteps, different
Well,
footsteps.
how do you know?
Oh, she doesn't.
She doesn't weigh too much.
She doesn't dance around.
Can we go to Emma? You've had a ghost sighting.
Our bedroom is controlled by a remote control,
Yeah.
as in the fan and light, and basically the property used to belong to a pig farmer, and one night the fans just kept turning back on and so did the light, and we started to have a heavy stench of what smelt like a pig farm come through the house as well.
You're kidding me.
No, so that would be so annoying trying to get to sleep and the lights coming back on every time, Em.
Well, wasn't your hubby just sort of letting Smokey off the chain in the middle of the night and trying to blame
No,
a dead
definitely
pig
not.
farmer?
No, definitely not.
Oh, thanks for your call, Emma.
I think
Pig
that
again.
ghost has come into the studio at the moment.
Sorry
That's
about
Wippa's breath.
Sorry about that, guys. Tiffany, hello. What's your story, Tiff?
The other night, we actually heard a dog scratching at our door. We went to the door and, opened it because we have dogs that sleep inside.
Yeah.
And no one was there.
Dog
There was no
ghost.
dog there.
We haven't had many dog ghost sightings, have we?
Did the dogs hear it? Were the dogs up and about inside your house?
No, they were all still sleeping.
See, you're hearing things, Tiff.
Yeah, there was scratching at the door, and we lost the dog 2 years ago, so we think it was her.
Oh, my God. What was her name?
You lost it. It's trying to get
Chanel.
back in.
Chanel?
Yeah,
What sort of dog was Chanel?
Chihuahua.
Oh, perfect.
Very expensive dog.
Very fancy. And your guinea pig Gucci.
Save us. You've had a ghost at home, Tanya.
I have. My mum passed away, and I took the TV from her house.
Yeah.
So I plugged it into the kitchen, but it's off, right? And I used to have to get up really early for work, which I hated, and my mother knew I hated. So the TV would turn on every morning at 6 a.m. by itself. And I would hear it, the TV, and I'm like, what's going on?
His mum.
And I'd go down, and the TV's on.
She's watching Benny Hinn again. Tommy, tell the story you heard about the kettle.
Yeah, an elderly couple. The hubby used to make a cup of tea for his wife. He'd boil the kettle at 8:15 every morning. And then ever since he died, the kettle boils at 8:15 every morning.
Well,
without fail.
she's got to take vision of that and then show everyone. I mean, that would go worldwide. That's a load of crap, Tom.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
complete.
Has she got one of those timers on it?
No.
Well, that's
No, but that's amazing.
It's a very old kettle. Yeah, so it's completely unexplained. I read about it in an Take 5 magazine.
No, did you really?
Yeah, he would have.
Did you really?
Since they cancelled the Aussie Post, he's moved to Take 5.
the same one that Kate was pregnant with Dr. Chris Brown with.
Oh, my God.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to hear from you if you've got like a really cutesy thing that you do in your relationship just to show how you love each other.
Yeah.
And it's just a special thing that the two of you get.
Just between the two of you.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows it, but it means a lot.
I mean, maybe people do, and they envy you from afar. Like, oh my, they have such cute gestures of love. This, I want to say that this is cute because I do love, and it is the week of the singles ball and all of that stuff. But this cutesy sign of love in this relationship could also be the most annoying thing in the world. There's a woman, she's married to Clifford, the big red dog.
Oh, yeah. Started out so small and cute.
And they have this thing where they've been married for 41 years, so they're doing okay. I know you spoke to someone on air this morning who'd been married for 20 and you thought that was impressive. 41 years,
Well done.
Apparently, she has made his lunch for work every day of that 41 years.
That's amazing.
And is still here to tell the tale. And one day she took a bite of his little sandwich that she made and popped it in his lunchbox, and he toddled off to work.
Yeah.
And then he got to work and he thought someone had a little nibble at his lunch.
Little mouse in the house.
He was like, somebody's eaten my lunch. And at the end of the day, she said, no, darling, that was me. I was just so peckish when I was cooking your lunch. And I do remember that one day you said to me, lunch shared with you, my darling, whatever her name is,
Tracy.
is always the best lunch of all. So she now does that every day, so that in some ways it feels as though they've shared lunch, even though she's at home and he's at work. And it's just so cute. 13 24 10, if you've got something like that. Maybe it's
also a
notes around
connection.
the house. Yeah.
It's a connection of the lips as well, isn't it? It's like a kiss. Oh, she's touched the sandwich last, and then I'm going to bite into it next.
I don't know, when I sat
So
down
it
for
could
my lunch break fits, and I open my food for the day and I look in and someone's taking a bite out of my sandwich. I don't reckon I'm that wrapped. Half of it's missing. Me missus has taken another bite out of the sandwich.
I think it's cute to start with, but don't you think that on some days you sit down for your lunch and somebody's taken a bite out of your egg and lettuce?
How annoying.
Come on, just let me have my lunch. I'm a grown-up.
Yeah, I can have my lunch without you having the first bite.
But also, if she's making it, I think she deserves to be able to have a bite. I mean, as somebody who's had their lunch made for them for work for 41 years, maybe give us a
that's
call
true.
if you've had that, if you've never made your own lunch, if you dare to call.
I still have. I mean, this is off. It's a little bit different, but I've still got BJ in my phone as BJ Too Hottie, which was when I first started courting her, Kate.
Yeah.
A friend of hers came over and said, "Do you want her number?" And I said, "I would love her number." And she said, "Give me your phone." And her friend put BJ's number in my phone as BJ Too Hottie.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That is so nice.
So beautiful, mate.
And I haven't changed it since, mainly because I'm very lazy. But
And you don't know how to do it. Lenny will have to show you how to do that.
second of all, I've got no friggin' I've got a BlackBerry and I don't know how to use it.
Shay's in Castlereagh. Hello, Shay.
Hi guys, how you going?
Shay, what do you do for your husband that's a bit of a sign of love every day?
We've been together for 12 years, and every day, depending on my mood, I'll Google "I love you" poems or "I appreciate you" poems and screenshot it and then send it to him.
Oh, that is so nice. What time of day does he get them? Like when he arrives at work?
He works away, so he doesn't get home until Saturday. So mainly in the morning or an afternoon I do it.
Shay, I do
That's
that,
so
but I'll
nice.
send a song through quite often.
That you've recorded?
No. I'll send a song that I really like that's a love song, and I just message the song to her.
Has the song ever caused an argument? Because, you know, you might send through like a Taylor Swift song. I don't know.
Yep.
And then you expect the
you've
other
done
person
this.
to listen to the song, and they listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then if they bother to listen, I don't often listen to those things they say. Oh, did you listen to it?
You never do.
And then you start to break it down, and then an argument ensues because it's like,
The song's
well,
about
which one
cheating.
am I? Or do you think that I'm... What have I ever done that's...
You're that
which
person.
character am I in the song?
The song is called "Have I Told You Lately That I Love You."
Oh, that's
Just accept
simple.
it. Just
Yeah.
accept it.
Fits in Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.